visibility and which wound, like it's everything we have talked about in the past few episodes, but
Yes.
they are kind of like deepening and like coming together.
Yes, I love that. I love that coming together. I feel that's exactly what we're doing this year, like bringing all of these things together and clicking the puzzle pieces into play to say like, oh, that's what I've learned. And that's where, like you said, you reclaimed your voice here. You uploaded that masterclass. There's there's so many like things that are coming together now that kind of build on each other to actually get us closer to the versions of us that we're meant to be. So it's kind of like the shedding of old layers so that the actual essence can shine through. And for all of that, I feel we needed to have the whole process, because if we go back into the story that you just shared about the workshop and that um, putting it back online, or even you sharing such a beautiful piece of wisdom and then realizing like, no, now that you don't know that it's me because I've used that account where I'm like private. Um, that I feel, even though uncomfortable in the moment, holds again so much truth to the learning experiences that was taking place in that moment. Because if you wouldn't have gone through that experience, you wouldn't have been able to extract that piece of wisdom in that moment, maybe at some other moment. But actually, it's kind of cool that all of these things come up because of the learning experience of them.
Yes, everything happens for a reason, as you know, the saying goes.
Yes.
There's another theme that has been coming up for me is that there's this energy of like, and I know for me it stems from being in self-development for a very long time. So there is this, as the name suggests, you're supposed to continue developing yourself. So there, so there is this constant need to correct and fix because there is always something better, right? And but then actually that stems a lot in like not good enoughness than actual expansion, because the truth is you are constantly expanding. The only question is whether you realize it or not, or whether
Yeah.
you're aware and conscious or not. But you don't actually have to continue fixing and correcting, because I saw that reflected a lot in my work. So I don't know if maybe it's you can relate to it in one way or another. Sometimes it looks like I'm gonna improve something, but actually it's just me fixing something that I think is not good enough. And it's just so sneaky. And yesterday he's like, so I think for the past few days, the weather was hot, so it was oily. So I felt like, oh, my hair was like oily and everything. So I was like, I needed a new haircut. So I decided, okay, I'm going to get a haircut before our podcast because, you know, it was just in time. And I went to the salon, and usually I didn't go with the owner, but yesterday, the owner came out of nowhere, and he was like, okay, let me give you like advice. And then he was like, oh, your hair was beautiful. There is nothing to cut here. Okay, but then I was like telling him my concern, and then he was like, but then oily hair is nothing to do with haircut. That's just oily hair. You just wash your hair, and whatever discomfort you are feeling is just because it's the first time you had this kind of haircut, which is more like a men's haircut. Like at the back, it was like poking me, because like woman haircut they don't stick to the neck, but this one like it sticks to the neck, which is why I was like ugh. But he was saying it was just more like you are not used to it, but if you get comfortable with that feeling, it is supposed to be like that. It's part of the sensation. And he said unless you want to change a totally different hairstyle, we can do it. But if you want the same hairstyle, I'm gonna tell you, if I cut it for you, you're gonna walk out thinking, why did I just spend money? Because you're not gonna see any difference. And we both laughed, and he said, come back a month later. And I was like, oh my God, what else am I doing with my life beside haircut that was like constantly fixing something that's already working?
Wow.
And just because I don't feel good, or like I'm in a shitty mood and then things are not working, let's fix it. I know, right? And then the best part that really hit me was he was saying, I forgot my train of thought. There was something he said that Yeah, so basically like there is nothing to fix here, and that it's about like getting used to that sensation, right? Like, so if you are used to it, that it is more like you are getting used to new things, that it is that, like it is quote unquote bad. You're just not used to it. If you're used to this sensation, this is how it is. And I was like, oh yeah, there's nothing to fix. I'm whole and complete and free. Not just my hair, but me, all versions of me, and all of my programs and offering, and every single of my YouTube content, like everything, like everything. There's nothing to fix. And I was like, this is the most enlightening haircut that I have never had because I didn't have the haircut. I was like, oh, I should pay
Wow.
him like maybe like a life coaching fee instead. It was like, oh, it was so good and was so
How
good. Like I
cool.
was like, oh, I know, like
Oh, I think
yeah.
that is so
Mhm.
uncomfortable.
Mhm.
I would rather jump from a building than do that and lost.